Take your mark.
Well, we are in for, I think, a day of absolute carnage when you start off in a hot bathtub for 2 kilometers, Belinda, and then you start to do an 80-kilometer bike ride and an 18-kilometer run, all in almost 100 degrees. Somebody's going to be overzealous and make some mistakes.
And you'll see as they come out now, they have to exit up those stairs. They will turn a hard left, run around, I think it's 20 to 30 meters down to the pontoon. They do have the opportunity here to take a drink. So let's have a look. It'll be very interesting to see if any of these athletes do choose to take a drink. You can see they are. They've learnt from yesterday where they saw Lucy Charles-Barclay take a drink. Really, really smart racing from these men so far.
And as we take a look, less than 20 seconds in the top 20-plus men. It's Aaron Royal first out of the water. Sam Laidlow right there. As we're watching our athletes making their way through, the pink cap just coming out. That is Daniel Beckegaard is in that bunch. Any surprises for you, Belinda?
Not so far, but this is a big group, and I'll be very, very interested to see who's on the back of this group, who has been able to manage to just stay on the back. So we've got Ben Canute, Aaron Royal, Sam Laidlow. These are all the usual players. These are the men that we know. Daniel Beckegaard, we know that they are very strong swimmers. Josh Amberger there just coming through.
Now all coming out pretty close together. At least the top 12 to 15 are within seconds.
And you can see this is typical Ben Canute style. He always is able to get through transition T1 and T2 so quickly.
That is Sam just taking some fluid in, and you'll see the importance of these athletes all day long. We remember yesterday the technical problems that Lucy Charles-Barclay had.
And a little too much caffeine before Collins Cup. He said he didn't do the same thing today. We're hoping he doesn't get that sort of same stomach issues that he had in that last race. So far, looking very, very calm and under control.
Yeah, that's always a frustrating thing, Michael, to see all your competition going by there. It is absolutely a big issue. That's athlete number 34 right there. So the young Portuguese athlete's having a problem.
We have another victim in transition.
That is Andre Lopez there, wearing number 27. He seems to be really in some kind of distress. And with the conditions that we've had, it's almost inevitable that we're going to see 1 or 2 fall foul.
So there is Sam Long, looking like he's going to do a triple overtake. We spoke about this, Vicky, didn't we? As they get bunched, it makes it more challenging for these guys. Former national swimming champion, but he's looking good on the bike.
We're only just over halfway, really, with...
Oh, we see a pass.
Here we go. This is the first time we've seen Florian Angert take to the front.
Confidently passes him, and will now lead this race from Sam Laidlow. The German's out in front.
You see Daniel Beckegaard right here, and he really, I think Daniel's been the smartest man all day long.
Absolutely, yep.
Fantastic swim. Doesn't look like he's overextending at all on the bike. He's let Sam Long go, and I think he's got the confidence in his running legs that this is going to come down to a hard run.
He's in the box seat. I mean, you've got Sam Long just up the road there. You can see him on screen. You've got Magnus Ditlev, who Daniel Beckegaard knows is an incredible athlete and a very strong cyclist. This is the perfect situation for Daniel Beckegaard.
20 kilometers to go, and you now start to see, I think, some of the athletes who've kind of were smarter in the way they're riding the course.
Both boys have got big egos, and it's just about keeping them in check, but look how close it is now. And you can see Sam Long is on an absolute mission. Right behind him, we've got Magnus Ditlev and Colin Chartier. Colin Chartier coming along for the ride. He's put himself in a really good position. He's a great runner too.
Spectacular. He had that win at, I think, Ironman Mount Tremblant earlier this year. So there you can now see, I think just to the far left side, that is Sam Long just going by Sam Laidlow. So our answer has come up. He's not waiting, and here's Magnus. I think he's going to do the same thing.
But this is a good opportunity now for Sam Laidlow to get some company. So he's been out there for quite a little bit of time since Florian Angert has ridden away from him. So to have some company now is actually a good thing for Sam Laidlow. And of course we've got Magnus Ditlev about to go past, and we know Colin Chartier is right behind. So this is a nice little group of 4, and if Sam Laidlow can just keep with this group now all the way into transition, he's actually in a better position now, rather than being caught out in no man's land where he was before.
Well, Magnus now making his first move back up towards the lead of this race, so in second for the first time of the day.
And here we have our fans again, our elite girls. That's Ash Gendel right there, our winner from yesterday, out there cheering on the professional men. They know how tough it is out there, and it's just, they're out there to give as much support as they can. The camaraderie that I've seen this week here has been nothing short of incredible. I love how much support they're giving each other. As we can see, Flo Angert getting ready, shoes are coming off, getting that done nice and quickly. He's got all the time in the world to do this. He doesn't have to worry about anyone behind him. He's got a solid minute lead over Magnus Ditlev and Sam Long. He can take, not that I'm telling he's going to take his time through transition, but he can at least do it at his own pace as he comes in now. Other shoes. This is a man in control. So while it might not be the fastest twist transition that we've seen, it's a transition where he doesn't want to make any mistakes. As I said, you get that luxury when you come into transition first off the bike. Not take your time, but just make sure you don't make any mistakes. The last thing you want to do is forget your nutrition or fuss around with your shoes. But you can see these two, on the other hand, are coming in at lightning speed, both Sam Long and Magnus Ditlev. And look at this man, a complete opposite, going out like an absolute freight train. As Magnus Ditlev takes a little bit longer, he's not going to rush out there. He knows he's got 18 kilometres left to run.
Florian Angert looking very good still, really. I mean, he's had a long day at the front of the bike there. He took the lead around halfway through the bike section from Sam Lader. Oh, we just saw Sam Long there trying to take on some nutrition, clashing with one of the volunteers, handing that out. So a bit of a bump in the aid station there for Sam Long. I think he was just trying to grab a gel or something.
He'll take a bruise today.
I think he will do, and he's going to have the bit between his teeth. Look at him, he's got Florian Angert in his sights.
There's the pass. Currently leading the PTO US Tour race with 15.8 kilometers to go is the local man, if you like, the American Sam Long. Ditlev coming through there as well. He's going absolutely nowhere as he's churning up the sidewalk.
Right now, fastest mover through this field, or the biggest threat to Sam Long's desire to take home the title for himself, but also for the USA. It's that man right there in the white and black suit coming up on Florian Angert. It's Magnus Ditlev.
Right on his heels. He'll look for an appropriate place to pass, and he does so. Magnus Ditlev takes Florian Angert.
This is the shot we're looking for. We can see Sam Long right coming up to the screen now. We can see Magnus Ditlev in the white and black suit, and
a picture tells a thousand words,
coming
right
into screen right now, we have Colin Chartier, who absolutely looks like he's running the fastest on course. So maybe we will have America topping the podium today, but it might not be the American that we've been talking about.
They are now going to be eye to eye. They can see the gaps. He's going to have a very good indication now of just how far away his competition is. Does that change anything now? Oh, look, he's closing in. The man in red is closing in on Ditlev.
These three athletes now are pulling quite considerably clear of everybody else on the field. So while we do still have a couple of laps to go, it is looking like, barring a disaster, these are the three athletes that are going to take the podium. And as I say that, Colin Chartier passes into second place. So not only are we looking at two American athletes on the podium, we're looking at first and second place. So if I was in this position just catching to the lead, I would be trying to blow by.
Here we go.
And this is it.
Here we go. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Two Americans bringing it in, nearly 5 kilometers to go. Let's see how this plays out. Champions make adjustments. Let's see what Sam Long does. Will he respond?
Well, sport is all about momentum, and momentum shifts. We see it in tennis matches all the time, and right now the momentum is with Colin Chartier.
Side by side, 24-year-old Magnus Ditlev is looking to pass, but he's getting resistance here from Sam Long. But he kicks on. He's made his move.
That was a hell of a surge for this late in the race. We are 3 hours and 15 minutes in, and that was impressive.
He shows him a clean set of heels, but this is the big story of the day. The American, Colin Chartier, approaches the finish line. He is roaring already. He slows down to really feel that tape, and he comes across the line. First place for Colin Chartier. Congratulations on an outstanding race.
It was decisive. He put in quite the surge. You can see the pain all over his face, but it's going to be worthwhile because he's going to take home second.
It will be an unalloyed delight to cross the finish line for Magnus Dietlev, who had looked at the guys on this race who were towing, and he just collapses the other side. Magnus Dietlev comes in second place, greeted by Colin Chartier. And Sam Long stumbles over the line himself for third. What a race he had today.